try to spare you guys from the extent of my Anaconda obsession and save it for at least once a week. Unless I have an excuse to talk about it, and today I do. So, somebody posted some really kick-ass Halloween costumes featuring Angela and Johnny. They're so true to the show's style. Props. I'm excited. Someone sent that to me and I thought, yes! But they got quite a bit of backlash on Twitter because one of the captions mentioned the Digimon movie. And I wondered, is that tie-in a big part of the reason for the show's hatred? Because even though there are criticisms against the show, there is still a part of me that wonders, why does this show get as much hatred as it does? And I wondered, was it the Digimon movie? Because I think there are shows that have much worse animation. I think there are shows that are far meaner spirited. And I think there are shows that have far worse messages. So why does this one get all the hate? So that'd be interesting to look into. Now, my thoughts on the Digimon short. My personal thoughts as a fan, it's not that bad. I don't think it's one of the strongest things the show's ever produced, but I honestly had a lot of fun watching it. I actually have no idea how much it ties into Digimon. If it doesn't, I could see that annoying fans. But if I had to guess, I don't think it was the creative team's decision to have that time. That, while I don't know, I do think that's more of a studio decision. I also know somebody who was a Digimon fan, someone who is, and really grew up with the show and saw the movie. And she said to me that the Digimon movie was a lot of people's first introduction to Angela Anaconda, and nobody was told going into it that there was going to be a short in front of the movie. People, and the kids did not want to see a short, they didn't want to see anything else, they just wanted to watch the movie. So it caught a lot of them off guard. It's kind of similar to how the Frozen Backlash, when they had a 21-minute short in front of Coco, happened. Which was understandable. No one was told that the short was going to be that long. And people thought, and it came across as, oh, Disney has so little faith in Coco, they need to have their cash cow frozen. I get that. The short itself wasn't that bad. But I get some of the backlash. The Anaconda short's not that long, it's not that bad. They praise the movie. But I can see the marketing not communicating the message, and fans who just wanted to see the movie didn't want to watch a short. Okay, fair enough. So I'm sure that's some of it. Now, even looking at the criticisms of the show, and I do understand, even as a fan, there are legit criticisms, but I'm still wondering, are there other reasons this show gets so much backlash? So I went to TV Tropes and found some potential reasons, just speculation, but some potential reasons for the backlash as well. One was that it was played a lot. Apparently, it was adored by the network, that Teletoon Fox Family played the show quite often when it was being made, when it was running, and ABC Kids in Australia featured it a lot. So being overexposed to something when it seems like it's almost exclusive. I mean, Johnny Test had the same problem, and I know Cartoon Network gets a lot of flack for that. So that's part of it. And another thing is that it was common for people to believe that the show was being owned by DHX Media is what prevented Nicktoons from airing the 2 Kablam episodes with the original shorts and reruns. Okay, that was debunked, but people believed it was the reason that certain episodes of Kablam, which a lot of people really liked, weren't being run. Okay. So I guess with all that into consideration, that explains it a little bit more. Though I do find something very, very interesting. One, I think something I said made it onto the TV Tropes page, and I hope to God it continues to happen. Because under Meme Dick Psychopath, The title characters become one in later years. People make her out to be a psychopath who imagines herself killing Nanette, and ignoring the fact that she doesn't intend it seriously and that she's only a child. A lot of children tend to do that. That is something I said. I hope to God I'm influencing the TV tropes page on this. Now, only I can get the show rebooted and run that. That'll be a dream come true. Yeah, tangent over. But the other thing is, Craig McCracken, creator of Powerpuff Girls, said something very, very interesting and insightful. Now, when the Powerpuff Girls was first being tested, kids hated it. In fact, somebody said to an executive that whoever made it should be fired. And the executives assured McCracken that, no, we don't want you to compromise who you are just because you had a bad focus test. The extreme reaction showed he'd hit a nerve with the audience, and Lazo, executive, believed that the kids really wanted to like it, only Craig wasn't giving them all the right information, but he was on the right track. I have that same belief about Angela Anaconda, that part of the reason people hate it so much is there are good ideas here, and people do want to like it, but it's not being translated correctly. There is still something that a vast majority of people are missing. And I do think that with the right people, that can be clarified and it can look really, really good. Today's technology can fix a lot of the issues people have with the animation and make it look really, really good. And the right people could keep the personality of the show while also adding a few new twists and tightening up the writing. Not that the writing was bad or anything, the writing was actually quite good, but really solidify some of the ideas. And I think, but because so many people talk about it, so many people remember it, I really do think it would be very, very relevant and very worthy of a reboot, giving it that treatment. Those are my thoughts for tonight. I think we're getting a step closer on that one.